A drier day ahead with sunny spells, but it is feeling colder for all of us. I'll have all the details of that and more coming up on Good Morning Britain.
Thursday.
Amazing.
It's actually worth pointing out that 120 miles an hour is the sustained wind. So that is the base level that it would constantly be when it makes landfall, with gusts up to about 150 miles an hour. So in the UK, we would get... We have warnings when we have 70 to 80 mile an hour gusts of wind. 90 is exceptionally rare in the south of the UK. And for anything over 100 miles an hour in the UK, we'll be across the top of a mountain, probably in Scotland. So we have not experienced wind speeds that strong in the UK ever.
No. All right. Laura, thank you.
No. So the big thing about this storm is it became supercharged. It went from a tropical storm to a Category 5 in just 10 hours, fuelled by very high ocean temperatures, which a report said were made 200 times more likely because of climate change. But one thing I just want to say, and you picked up on it earlier, not just the advice, there are mandatory evacuations and people not leaving. And even I was thinking yesterday, why wouldn't you leave? There are 5 reasons people won't be leaving. 1, they just can't afford to. 2, they have nowhere to go. 3, they're either disabled or very poorly. Or 4, there are no pet plans. They can't take their pets with them. But 5, they worry about permanent displacement. And in Katrina, 1.5 million people were evacuated and nearly 500,000 of them have still not come home.
Well, because if your house is destroyed, where do you come home to? And so people might be thinking, I would rather...
Write your names on your arms so we can identify you and a phone number for your next of kin.
It's amazing.
That is happening, and they've asked people to do that. So let me talk you through what has happened. So we know that Hurricane Milton actually sped up as it made landfall, and it made landfall last night in Florida, just south of Tampa Bay at 8:30 last night, which is 1:30 UK time. It made landfall as a Category 3 storm. Now, ahead of it, we had destructive tornadoes. These were record-breaking. We had over 120 tornado warnings in Florida. It is still vast. It's still dominating and pounding both the west and the east coast, but arrived with 120-mile-an-hour winds. These are sustained winds with gusts way above that. Damage to homes already, more than 2. And of course, for us, the big question will be, is it heading towards our shores? It will track across the Florida, it will head into the mid-Atlantic, and it could get swept up by the jet stream into the middle of next week. That is what forecasters are watching now. But for the time being for the UK, it is turning colder. A northerly blast shows temperatures where they should be, 13 to 16, and where they'll be today, between 9 and 13 degrees. So it is a chilly day ahead and a cold start as well. Winds come from the north, from the Arctic, and that is why we've seen this tumble in temperatures, this cold air feeding in from the north, and that is why some of us waking up to a frost first thing this morning, feeling colder for all of us. We still have some showers for central southern areas of England, but clear in the north where we're greeted by gorgeous sunshine, but also a cold, frosty start as well. So initially we have showers for southern areas of England. They will clear away. Then sunshine dominates as we head through the afternoon. Temperature-wise, 8 to 13, feeling so much colder than yesterday, but actually pleasant in the sunshine. Good morning to you. It is turning a lot colder. You'll notice that this morning, and you'll especially notice it as we head through the next few days because temperatures have fallen below average. They've been above average so far this month, and temperatures in the north today around about 9, in London around about 13. And here's the why. Our winds are coming from the north, from the Arctic, pushed below average and feeling colder than that in the wind. So how do things pan out as we head through the next 7 days? Well, let's take a look at our outlook. And we look at this to see our trend in the weather across the UK as we head through the next week. So for the north of the UK, first of all, so Scotland, Northern Ireland and Northern England, this white line is temperatures where they should be for the time of year, so our average, and it is cool for the rest of the week into the weekend, but temperatures return to average into next week. Percentage chance of rainfall, how likely we are to see wet weather for the next few days. It is largely dry today and tomorrow with these sunny conditions by day, but frosty conditions by night. Heavy showers and rain on Saturday, but actually fine as we start the week. Fortunes further south for England and Wales as we head through the next 7 days. Bit of a shock to the system, I think. It's been very mild lately, so cool as we head through the rest of the week, milder into next week. And percentage chance of rainfall, as you can see, the outlook is largely dry. And I think that's what people might think. Some people thinking it's bound downgraded, it's really not that bad. Storms are most intense out at sea. It was a Category 5. As it gets towards land, it loses its heat source, which is the ocean. It gets towards the land, it hits friction, it hits buildings, it hits trees. That takes away some of its energy. it's meant to happen. That always loses intensity as it tracks across a state and land. It is right now so wide it is pummeling the west and east coast of Florida. At the same time, it's just 30 miles south of where Nola is. And it is still a Category 1 hurricane inland. To have hurricanes persisting inland is very rare. It's still 90-mile-an-hour sustained winds as of 5 minutes ago, with gusts of over 100 miles an hour.
So this is still pretty bad?
Yeah, it's still very ferocious. They're still saying catastrophic and life-threatening flash floods.
Great.
Laura.
Good.
Welcome back to Good Morning Britain. The weather in the UK is turning distinctly chilly. We have colder weather sweeping across our shores, and that means temperatures are below average. It's been pretty mild so far this month. 9 in Scotland today, a few degrees below average. 13 in London, again below average. And here's the why. Our winds have flipped to a northerly, bringing cold air from the Arctic, and this cold air is set to spread southwards as we head through the next few days, bringing with it tumbling temperatures by day and by night, with some nighttime frosts and even cold enough for some snow across the Scottish mountains. So this is how it looks right now. We still have some showers and rain through southern areas of England, still holding on to the last of the milder conditions. But north of here, it is clear, it is cold, but at least we're greeted by sunshine. So as we head through the day, the northerly winds will push away the heavy showers and then sunny spells and isolated showers. So more sunshine than recent days. Temperature-wise, we're looking at 8 to 13, adding in the wind colder than that. And tonight, with clear skies, a frost from the Midlands north.
I'm not going to say how old you are, Laura. You can say that if you want. So big happy birthday to you, and of course your brother, your twin, Mark.
Yeah. Oh, thank you so much. I may have been not so secretly requesting that all week. That is amazing. Incredible.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Oh, it's Ed who made it for you.
Yes, I've been requesting it all week. Thank you so much,
I carried
Ed.
it over.
Thank you.
That was a lot of pressure. Come on, Ed.
Thank you. Thank you
Did you see it's a cloud with raindrops?
Thank you. And I had to actually count on my fingers and figure out what year it is and what year I was born to figure out I'm 43 today.
Oh, well, there you go. Looking fantastic.
There were no candles on the cake.
That is true. But
thought it
would be a fire hazard,
wasn't
wouldn't it?
necessary.
We don't want that.
Oh, thank you, and happy birthday to my brother as well.
Lovely stuff. Happy birthday, Laura. Still to come.
Welcome back to Good Morning Britain. There's a distinct chill in the air at the moment, and it's set to turn colder as we head through the next few days. Today will be sunshine and showers, but it feels colder because our winds are now coming in from the north, from the Arctic, and that has allowed clear skies across Scotland, Northern Ireland, Northern England, a touch of frost here, pushing showers in 9th time of a hurricane. And this is how extreme this storm is set to be. So first of all, let me just show you what's happened and why. So the storm was a Category 5 out in the ocean of Mexico and then heading its way towards the coast. It made landfall last night at 1:30 UK time as a Category 3 hurricane with maximum sustained winds of 120 miles an hour. That is how strong the winds were, constantly, with gusts of up to 150 miles an hour higher than that. So let me show you what it looked like overnight. There was
The BBC and the weather department. Do you?
Obviously, I always use our own preferred app, the Met Office app. But for those who choose to use that and watch that channel and not this one, that's hurricane force winds. If you look at the very tiny wind rows, the little circle at the bottom right of the screen, hopefully we can see what Nottingham looked like earlier. The app is clearly wrong. That is not what the weather is doing overnight tonight. Basically, their app is broken, the whole of their system is broken, and they're working very hard to fix it. But all of my ex-colleagues are saying that is not the weather forecast for today.
Got to say, Laura, that does not look like just a glitch. That looks like a hack or somebody playing a big joke. I mean...
We will soon find out.